Hi, it's January 2023 on a Wednesday here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we're going to be downloading a lot of forms describing the inner workings of the FAFSA for the 2023-2024 school year. Now, two main websites I use. The first one here is studentaid.gov, and when I went to FAFSA form and to complete the FAFSA form, and I went down through the bottom of this page here and to complete the form, review what to expect. So that was a main source of information. And in that, I was able to get to two pieces thing here. One is who is considered a parent. And either more important than that is I got one of the 2023-2024 FAFSA form itself in paper format. Now, I've always found this one very, very helpful simply because it allows you to do a lot of note-taking and fill it out in a conceptual, instructional manner in front of you versus going live on the web and trying to figure out sequentially what the next question is going to be and what they're going to require from you. Simply a quick overview here. Yellow is for the student, purple is for the parent, and you need parental information if any of these things here is answered yes. And then with the caveat right here, health professional, law schools, you may need to provide parental information even though you entered yes to anything in that previous step. So this is the FAFSA form for 23-24 school year. Very important to take a look at it. Now also with that, like I said, and all these links are in the bottom, who is considered a parent, and here's a nice little diagram, and again the link is on the bottom of the descriptors. The other website I went to is fsapartners.ed.gov, and you can go to Knowledge Center, the FSA Handbook, and here's the Federal Student Aid Handbook and the Application Verification Guide, Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and here they are. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, Chapter 5, special cases, change in employment status, housing status, tuition expenses, things of that nature, rollovers, recharacterization of Roth IRAs, and there's something called professional judgment. Also in here you'll find something called the data retrieval tool from the IRS, how it will retrieve data from your tax return but not show it to you unless you're in front of the financial aid administrator at the school. You should really do that because a lot of times there's information from rollovers that may skew your results quite a bit in the calculation itself. So along with this Knowledge Center, I go to Knowledge Center Home. We went to the library, and then the resource type here, we went to handbook, manuals, or guides. And here there is the expected family contribution formula guide that we downloaded here, and how the EFC is calculated. And again, a lot of this stuff is redundant, but this is a worksheet that is extremely useful. There's three formulas. What is the definition of an independent student? Automatic zero EFC and simplified calculation. And then the worksheets and tables themselves. Add, subtract, multiply, divide, formula A, formula B, and worksheet for formula C, and then the tables for the assessments. Now what's kind of interesting on this, years ago, the amount of asset protection allowance for assets that were counted were in the order of $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. Now they've all been zeroed out, which means your EFC will ostensibly be a little bit higher than what it had been in the past. Now going back to here, we went to library, and we're going to go to electronic announcements, and I'm going to go down to 50 of them because back in November of 2022 on the 9th, I believe it was, 11/9, here it is, the application processing system specifications for software developers. And I downloaded that here. And if you really want to get into the weeds here, here's the actual software specification if you want to create your own software for academic year 2023-2024, and with the variables they use across the board, and the flags and the branches they have in the calculation itself. Asset protection allowance, amount from table, 0. Anyway, all the material is here. Quite intensive, extensive, and complicated, but simplified once you know it's a government procedure. To give you an idea, the first FAFSA form I did back in 1998-1999 school year was this sweet 4-page black and white form. Compare that to this year's. And next year, they say it's going to be simplified. So again, any questions, feel free to give me a call or contact me via the links. Okay, thanks.